Yeah, for sure.
Okay, here we are. It is a best of 5. The first map is Acropolis in this Zerg versus Protoss. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, it is soO.
And spawning all the way in the bottom right, he's blue, he's Protoss, and he is super. What a great name. Super. Clean, simple, communicates well what you're talking about.
It is. It is pretty darn clean. It's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm super. Let's do it.
Pop quiz. What was his former name? He had a previous name he went by.
I don't know. Let's hear it.
Vampire.
Okay, so that's 2 good names.
I think Vampire is better. He should have stuck with Vampire, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it would give it more personality than Super.
Could you imagine, like, it's 2019 and a guy called Vampire is winning a StarCraft 2 tournament?
That would be so great.
That would be wild.
Maybe he changed it because of the whole Twilight thing. He's like, I don't like the connotation
maybe.
of what Vampire means now.
Yeah, that is a potential.
We should ask him.
we should.
Change your name because
Just
of
ask
Twilight.
him Twilight. He'd be like, "What? The council?"
Hey, soO, look, it's a proxy hat. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things in all of StarCraft. It's honestly dumb. It's not going to win the game, and it never does. But man, I love it so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Falcon Paladin's favorite thing here. It is a proxy hatchery building in the natural of super. The basically, I'm going to take your expansion so you can't expand here.
I mean, it slows him down, but it hurts soO as well. And then 4 probes and a zealot off the line is exactly what you need. Super's dealt with this 100 times. He knows what to do. And soO's going to be forced to cancel that thing. I don't know if the second zealot's even necessary, to be honest, but maybe he's just worried about
He may cancel it, do you think? Or...
Oh, for sure. soO? He's going to cancel it, yeah.
Or, I mean, super canceling the second zealot.
Oh.
soO cancels the hatch, and there's that neat little Evo trick.
It is. He might be worried about Lings, but that pool is just about finishing, so Zealot unnecessary at this point, unless he's moving across the map, which doesn't make any sense because the pool is now done.
soO tried to go for the gas, but Super was on it with blocking that.
soO's like, I'd like to just annoy you to death if that's acceptable.
That's his plan today. Annoy someone to death.
I mean, people can win games that way. We've seen it.
He just gets mad and GG's out. He's like, no thanks.
Yeah, or you just get them off, off kilter so much, just tilt them so hard they just mess up something big and lose,
Yeah, absolutely.
They forget to build a cyber core, for example, which did not happen here, but just as an example.
Yeah, no, Super's pretty darn good, and he's a very well weathered Protoss player, so he's probably not going to make any major mistakes or anything like that sometimes players make under pressure or whatever. We're seeing a Robo and a Forge go up from the Protoss player here, and he's just going to play it out after having a little bit of a, I guess, can we call it a hiccup at the start? I mean, it was pretty just proper the way he dealt with it, so I don't know.
I mean, again, it delayed his natural, but soO's third was delayed too, so I mean, that's your trade right there. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
That natural's coming in just fine, and maybe if he was trying to go for like a Nexus first play, it would have been problematic, but obviously he wasn't, or would have been down, so... Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure. soO might be ahead just a little tiny bit. His hatchery did come up at a fairly standard time, but Super's sitting at 30 workers. He's walled off here. Again, the extra zealot, he'd be better served if those were probes, because again, he didn't need them.
Yeah, he definitely could have canceled that extra zealot.
But I mean, better safe than sorry if you're playing against soO, I guess.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, here's the big brain play. Do you think he just throws up a Twilight, researches charge, and uses that extra zealot to kill soO?
It's worth a shot. Again, extra zealot. They're better with charge, so why not at this stage? I mean, it's really scary to kill this Overlord because there could be speedlings lurking outside, but they got him without actually having to sacrifice anything or risk anything, so...
Yeah, well
Never
done by
mind.
Super.
Totally worked out. Yeah, well done for sure. Roach Warren coming in, Lair coming in here too. soO just really joining his face off, 6 drones at a time coming in. An Immortal in production and a Sentry. So this feels like an Immortal Sentry Zealot style push. I really shouldn't be able to kill soO here, but I think Super needs to do something to slow the Zerg player down the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and I think he's got to be planning to do that, right? Like, he's making an Immortal and he's researching +1. And this isn't just your, oh, I'm going to get +1. This is your, I'm going for a tithing attack +1. So we see 5 gateways pop up for the Protoss. And he's just going to be going for a big old ground, like, ground attack with just a Warp Prism and Immortal. Maybe 2 Immortals, it would seem. And then he's just going to basically give her.
Yeah, sure looks like it. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily an all-in or anything, but yeah, we're just looking at the standard harassment here.
He's going up to 8 gateways, so this and he's on 2 bases. This has to be an all-in, right?
He could sneak a third out here, but the longer this goes, yeah, it looks more and more like it is going to be an all-in. That +1 attack is finishing up.
Yeah, no third base from the Protoss just yet. Even in today's day and age, most aggressive Protosses usually will throw up a third base just because it's pretty rare that a 2-base all-in will kill your opponent. So it's kind of refreshing to see Super just like, yes, I'm this dedicated, I'm this committed to my all-in, I am going to kill the Zerg player now or I'm going to tap out of this game. And with Warping in a big round of Stalkers, he's definitely committing to that right now.
soO's got 9 Roaches in production. The 2 Immortals are going to do pretty well against that. What we need here are Ravagers. There's 1 and 2 and a couple more on the way here. So it's going to be a tight hold for soO, but I really feel like he might have it. Pretty good concave setup. Corrosive Biles landing on force fields instead of on the army. The Zealots do not have charge. And as a result, they can't get up there in the face of these units and actually kill them. More force fields trying to block in the Zerg units. A Queen does end up going down. Additional reinforcements are coming in here.
Yeah, taking a look here. I mean, the Stalkers and Immortals pack a bit of an extra punch with that +1. There's no blink or anything for the Stalkers, but it seems like Super has it anyway. He's microing incredibly well with this Warp Prism, it would seem. He's keeping his 2 Immortals alive for now, but the Prism actually eats Corrosive Biles. I totally jinxed him there, and soO takes game number 1.
Yeah, the all-in not quite there and just absolutely losing it with the loss of that Warp Prism. That was brutal.
Okay.
Brutal for sure.
You kill the Protoss, you kill the dream, or you kill the Prism, you kill the Protoss's dream. As is usual, those Prisms very important. And soO just getting the Corrosive Biles off, he defended that very, very well.
Client's doing right. I'm going to restart it real fast.
Okie dokie.
I'm with you. Somicron's in here, Copenhagen-DOS in here.
Yeah, all the usuals.
Yeah. Alright, I'm back. We'll join up.
All right, and away we go. Loading on into game number 2 here. soO and Super, 2 very good players, but it does seem like soO is a little bit of a class above Super. I wonder if he's going to bring out anything a little bit cheeky, like he did in that last game. Or if he's going to maybe change his playstyle now that soO has shut down quite a committed attack.
What I'd like to see is Dark Templar Blink. Oh, yeah.
DT, I'd actually love to see that. There's not a time in which I wouldn't love to see that, other than my ladder games.
Ha! For sure. Other people are experiencing it. It's the best thing in the world.
All right, here we are, spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map. It is Shivo's soO, the veteran Zerg.
And in the top left, he's down 1-0, but it's Super.
He's Super.
Sure. What?
Are you having client issues or something?
I don't know. My keyboard is doing this thing where, like, it's permanently holding down Control.
Ah.
So any key that I press, it's like Control 3 instead of following your camera, right?
Quite bizarre.
That is, I can't even like search for a fix because anything I type, it's like, did you mean Control?
Have you just tried
okay?
pressing the key? Or unplugging your keyboard? And is it only on StarCraft that happens?
No, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, maybe just try pressing the key a few times or whatever.
Yeah,
Clicking
I mean,
around
I've hit
a bit. Unplug the keyboard. All the usual stuff. My keyboard gets stuck a little bit sometimes too.
Yeah, I'm gonna unplug the keyboard here. It's not too far. Oh my god. gosh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. From now on, Falcon is going to be playing StarCraft with only the mouse.
Ha!
Make sure to tune into his ladder games.
Man, Larva should do that.
All right, anyway, this game here, we've got a pretty normal opening. This game, soO didn't decide to build a hatchery on Super's side of the map. He's like, fine, you can take your natural. I'm just going to go ahead and take a third base already before the 2-minute mark. Pretty much as early as a Zerg can take a hatchery in that third base location.
Yeah, it's a little risky, but you can usually sneak it out. It's not much of a problem. The Protoss is proxying, you're in trouble, but otherwise, eh. Oh my gosh, I unplugged and plugged it back in, and it's still... I'm learning all sorts of handy shortcuts, though. Well, we'll see what we can figure out later. For now, StarCraft is happening.
Sniper Monkey in chat saying, does he not just use his mouse already?
Oh no! Shade! Shade is thrown.
More shade getting thrown than this Adept right now, as it is gonna be scouting out soO's side of the map.
Really, at this point, should probably just check for a third, which you know is there, but you want to see it anyway, and then saturation here at the natural base.
Oh, the Adept!
What?
Oh no! Super no!
All right,
Well, this Adept gets what all Protoss want, to die in the blaze of glory, I guess. Although there wasn't much glory with that. A bit painful for Super, losing his Adept that easily.
So that reminds me, my gosh. So I actually cast some of the Alpha Star replays as part of a pack they released, right? Which you've been doing. But I cast a PvZ where Alpha Star #1 was sacrificing Adepts like crazy to kill 1 or 2 drones, which I didn't think was ideal.
I think I may have seen that one.
And
Was
then
it part of the
2 did
final
not-
pack, or?
I'm not sure where I got it now that I think about it, but the thing that really concerned me the most was that he didn't know how to handle burrowed units.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen that.
I cast one in which it was lurkers, and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
Creep? What?
Yeah.
Alpha Star."
Like, the Zerg player Nidus into his main, put up 4 creep tumors, and the Alpha Star never killed the tumors.
He built one observer. It was.
Yes. And then the observer died, and he never replaced it.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad I'm not the only
Okay.
one who was a little bit disgruntled by that game.
It was like, dude, what is wrong with you, stupid robot? Oh, poor Stalker.
Like, it's such a weird thing, the way that Alpha Star plays, in which you're like, okay, this thing has made it to such a high point on the ladder, but how did it get this far without building observers?
It is a great question.
I just don't know. Like, the way that this iteration seems to play is that it's almost like human to a degree as well, some ways. You're like, wow, this thing is just playing, like, all over the place. Like, you wouldn't expect that from a robot. Anyway, this game, we've got Super going to be moving out onto the map right now. He's got a ton of Zealots, and that's really all he has, a ton of Zealots, a couple of sentries moving out onto the map with the one Immortal. The other Immortal is in the Prism. I think Super is just going to be given as a repeat of the last game, which he goes for an attack.
Yeah, but 9 roaches are on the way, and Sudis has a great start into holding this, no problem at all.
Yeah, I think this version, is this attack a little bit earlier because there's no Forge included in this one. soO doesn't seem to have quite as much yet. So the difference here is that there's no +1 in this attack. The attack is a little bit earlier. We're going to see if soO can hold on. Super is really just dedicated just to make this happen. And so far, this attack seems to be going a lot better. He's getting good face time with the Queens. The few Zealots that he has are doing all right, buffering. And his Stalkers staying alive through the Crows of Baals. Is this attack going to work versus soO?
It's looking pretty good. Getting into that third base is what you want to do as a Protoss player. Killing those drones.
Oh, the Ravageur is trying to step forward. Seeing that Prism was set on up there, but Super anticipated that and unset his Prism. But it looks like soO may be able to hold this. It's going to be a little bit close. The 2 Immortals escape.
I mean, Army supply is 35 to 13 right now, so soO can handle it. That poor Zealot getting rallied to his death. Both Immortals are alive. Boy, another warping of Zealots here. Super, I think he's just playing the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for me strategy. So he's trying to end it early, but man, throwing away more zealots after those ones you lost does not seem like a great idea.
Yeah, super right now using the macro for thee, not for me motto right now. As he's gonna just be warped in more stalkers right now. 6 more stalkers coming on in now. soO has a prism to help on out. However, he doesn't actually have that much to buffer here. A Ling counterattack is getting into Super's base, so Super is gonna have to go for this attack, and he is incredibly all in right now. We'll see if soO overdroned a little bit, but I get the feeling that he hasn't. He is a world-class Zerg, and he's looking to make a hold here. The Immortals are putting out a lot of damage on his army. Those Super dodging the biles for this round. Can he get one more warping off?
It looks like a little bit here. Units coming in 1 or 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Super is not making any more probes back home. In fact, losing probes back home, which is never great. But third base for soO looks like it might go down. 2 Immortals in these Stalkers, if they focused it.
Yeah, Super gonna try and focus down the space, but he's kind of in a tough spot because this is forcing the Zerg's hand, and there's a chance that he could just get absolutely nothing here as the Zerg is looking to push him back. Super is bleeding off units here, and the Zerg just seems to have reached a critical mass.
Yeah, I mean, Immortal went down with 15 kills, but he's gone now. This Immortal goes down with 18 kills, but he's gone. And that's it. Lose the Immortals, lose the game. soO takes the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, very well done by soO, just making a hold like that. Timing attacks have to be pretty precise to bring down a Zerg like soO, and Super just seems to not quite have it. We'll see if he's able to do it in the next map, which is going to be Winter's Gate.
What is my Discord keeps restarting?
That is bizarre.
All right, that is crazy.
Okay, we have lost your... Oh, there we go. Now it is back.
Now we're back.
And we're gone again. That is
For
bizarre.
this series, I'm going to restart my PC. Something crazy is happening.
That is probably a good idea. Falcon Paladin having technical issues.
God, it's so embarrassing. I'm supposed to do this stuff for a living.
Oh, huh.
I'm supposed to be good with computers. I have seen this before, though. I remember last year. And I think I did end up having to restart the PC, so it's fine. We'll get there.
Ah, the old repeat bugs.
Yeah, for sure.
Pop up at random times. Kind of like that spider in your bathroom.
Yeah. Used to have more problems with spiders, now I got a cat. Don't see spiders so much
really?
anymore. Yeah. Alright, Winter's Gate. It's a pretty colorful, pretty map here for game number 3. I would like to see Super try to hang with soO a little bit. Maybe play more of a little bit standard game. Or else go for something a little bit crazier than just, you know, Immortal Zealot timing attack, which it's not gonna catch soO off guard. That's absolutely for sure.
Okay, you know what I think Super needs this game? 9 gateways. He tried 7. He tried 8. Let's see it. 9 gates. You got... All right. Anyway, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is map number 3 here. We've got Super up in the top left-hand side of the map.
And way in the bottom right, he's blue. He is soO. Hey, that rhymes. You know what don't work for Adobe? Look, man, here's the thing. There's about 1,800 different tech companies in Utah right now, so good luck guessing which one. But it's not Adobe. Probe coming in for the Scout. Overlord moving out for the Scout. Did you see Classic versus Rogue?
The Cannon Rush?
No, the Dark Templar Blink Rush?
No, I did not.
Because I brought that up and I was expecting you to go there, but you didn't see that game. Holy smokes.
I did not. Wasn't able to catch all of BlizzCon, unfortunately.
It was game 5 between Rogue and Classic. And Classic is like, you know what I'm going to do? Blink DT. And everybody's like, what? It was crazy.
The
it was
cojones.
Like probably the best moment in 2019 so far.
Hey, when you're like 1 game away from just heading towards your retirement, you may as well, right?
For sure.
And then he beat him, and then he lost to Dark, was it?
And then Dark just beat him up, yeah.
Yeah, poor Classic, ran out of builds.
He did. He's like, I can't really go standard against these Zergs because bad things happen. But
yeah, bad thing. Hopefully that's getting fixed in the next patch.
It is. They're actually nerfing Niduses quite a bit. They are reducing they're increasing the load times and the unload times. They're increasing the cost of the worms. and they're making it so that after you plant a worm, it's 17 seconds before you can make another one.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's kind of... I feel like 17 seconds isn't that long, though.
I think it'll help.
Yeah, I guess
We'll
it
see.
will help with, like, immediate, like, counter Nidus all over the place. But
Yeah.
when, like, a Zerg gets one at, let's say, like, your third, and then it's usually a little bit before they call one in at your fourth. I don't know. It definitely is a nerf, though. I think the main ridiculous thing, or I shouldn't say ridiculous, but I think one of the main comical things was when you'd be like, I got you, Zerg, as you catch all of his Swarmhost out of his Nidus, and they're just like, nope, and they just pop back in and they're gone in a second.
Yeah, see, that's the situation that they're actually helping with, is one Nidus comes up, finishes, and they'll start another one just in case they need one to escape into. That's 17 seconds. They're not going to be able to start that.
Yeah, that is
So,
important, too. I
it
just
helps.
think
We'll see.
Blizzard should axe the Swarmhost permanently. Like,
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, is they didn't do any changes to the host themselves, just the Nidus.
I said it, but on Twitter, but it's been literally 7 years that Heart of the Swarm has been out. 2012, right? And we're in 2019,
yep.
if my math is right.
2012, you got it.
And the Swarm host has never... No one has ever been like, wow, great Swarm host play.
The problem was, initially in Heart of the Swarm, it turned into these 3-hour mech versus Swarm host games that
man.
nobody liked.
Oh,
So that wasn't good. And then they changed it so the Swarm host Locust could fly, and then they went away for a while.
some
And then-
sadistic part of me liked the 3-hour mech games.
I mean, I felt so bad for the casters in those games.
I didn't
do you
cast
talk
back
about?
then, so maybe that's it.
You could find some of the VODs, and the casters are like, another wave of locusts. Oh, Tank killed that one too. It was so bad.
Just the sound of... as they bash their head into the desk.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't cast back then, so my opinion may be different today if that was the case. But it was kind of fun when you turn into, like, a stream that someone was going. It's like, oh, wow, they've been playing this ZVT for 40 minutes. I can't wait to watch the remaining 2 hours of this.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. And so, I don't know. I kind of feel like the year of the Swarm host is only here. I mean, it's not as like... 2019 definitely had more Swarm host play than we had in 2018. So,
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. So I'm just saying, I think this will help. I don't think it'll murder Swarm host Nidus, but it won't make it as nearly hard to stop, I think, is the idea.
Yeah, I think it is probably going to kill this style.
Entirely.
Yeah, like, Swarm host has never had, like, a middle ground. There has never been a situation which someone's been like, well, Swarm host is a viable build. It's either Swarm host are this awful thing, or they're this, like, really good thing.
Yeah. I imagine they're trying to find that middle ground where they're used,
It's
but they're
just not going to happen.
stupid.
Just delete the unit. Just move on.
I mean, they did some stuff with the Infestor, too, so... That's another
Yeah.
unit everybody was complaining about. They're getting rid of Infested Terrans, you saw that.
I did see that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of weird the way that it all played out. Like, I think part of the issue is, I mean, we can talk about this big attack Super's going for as well. He's built a third Nexus, by the way. But he's also going for an attack at the 5-minute mark. How does this work, by the way? This game, he's got a third, a Twilight on the way, and +1 about to finish up pretty much the same time as the last game, which he had a 2-base all-in.
And 3 Immortals this time instead of 2. Protoss is black magic sometimes. I
It
honestly
is.
don't know.
They just reach into the bag, and they're like, huh, this is what I get today.
Well, might as well finish off the Rocks guy. Okay. I guess not. Hey, look, an observer. Alpha Star, take note.
Alright, soO actually gets some of his Roach's force field. Those are very nasty force fields. Super catching a good chunk of units there. And keep in
yeah.
mind, this isn't a complete all-in from the Protoss this time around. He's building probes behind this. He's getting up his third base.
He's keeping soO from taking his 4th, so this is
Yeah.
really nice for Super.
He's starting Blink. He's starting +1 armor. So he's actually going to have himself a very significant upgrade lead, as long as he doesn't lose these units here. Force fields. Okay. Oh no, don't take this engagement, Super.
was
Just
the
back on out.
Immortal!
Get out of dodge, please, Super. This is actually going okay for you.
Oh, I can't believe that Immortal's alive. Okay, he's dead now.
Yeah, the Immortal is dead, but these other two Immortals are going for a nice counterattack. Super is actually getting some good work done this game. Wow,
yeah,
look at this.
The Queens can't do anything about this. 4 roaches coming in aren't really going to help all that much either.
No, 4 roaches are not going to help a ton versus Immortals.
There we go.
He does manage to repel this, but look at that. 7 drones died. These Immortals could cancel the 4th. Super could be a little bit overcommitted here, though.
He needs to back up with this army and let the Immortals take down the 4th and just call it good. That was nice. Good snipe there.
Oh, the Stalkers, though, they don't have Blink yet. And they are vastly overcommitted right now. Zealots are coming on in to help, but they are not coming in time, so Super throwing away a lot of his army here.
No, Super
the Immortal counterattack once again.
The problem is, I'm not sure he can handle the Zerg army that's coming to kill him, although most of it did end up coming back home, so nice play.
Yeah.
Actually, he can handle what's here, and the rest of the year comes back from soO. Not bad. Good play by Super.
Yeah, not bad at all. Now, soO does have a bit of an ace up his sleeve. He's been taking a beating this game, but he has got up to Aspire now. He's got the option to fire at Mutas, and he's going to make 8 of them off his 3 base economy, and the Mutas, they can potentially catch the Prism. They can potentially get a lot of damage done to the Protoss right now. While the Zerg also has a pretty formidable ground army as well still. Oh, these Immortals, though. The +1 gonna cancel the hatch again.
Wow. So, I mean, for all of that, it looks like it's pretty bad for Super in a lot of ways. soO has not been allowed to get a 4th base, and Super's on 3.
Oh, the Prism! What? Oh, the Muta's got the Prism.
Oh, the Muta.
Oh, that is actually really bad. Super knows there's Mutas now, so he's throwing up cannons in a frenzy, but without those 2 Immortals to help defend, he could actually be in a spot of bother right now. His upgrades, though, could potentially carry him right now, as he does have 1-1. He's got a 2 upgrade lead versus Zerg. That is not a common thing for Protoss.
No, for sure. Yeah, these Mutas are really causing some problems. Stalkers can handle them, but they're not going to stick around long enough. The problem for Super is that Roach Ravager army really handles this Stalker-centric army here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him fire up a Charge and maybe throw up a Templar Archives or something. But, yeah, Mass Stalkers is not the option here. You are correct about that.
Mass Stalker is good to a certain point, and then it gets really bad. So
yeah.
so's 4th base is coming up.
Blink from Super. Underneath the Zerg army, it looks like he will get away. And this is a ton of Stalkers. How good is his micro today, though? He's microing back a few of the Stalkers, but taking some losses, no doubt.
Yeah, he's getting pushed back every time he tries to poke in here. Super making more Stalkers, but it's
more Stalkers.
Mutas here.
There's actually 28 Stalkers out right now. soO is firing up more Mutas, so that's not really going to help him in a direct fight versus this force. And keep in mind, this is an upgrade lead situation for Super. If he micros this well enough, he can potentially thin the Zerg out enough to take this fight. He's microing the Stalkers back. He's getting another huge warping off. soO's trying to push down the ramp. Super is blinking back. He's got a good concave with his Stalkers on the ramp. The Zerg's still pushing forward, though.
Yeah, the Mutas are getting picked off really nicely by the Stalkers here. The Roaches and Ravagers, the numbers are thinning a bit. Super's micro is pretty fantastic.
It's pretty darn good. He goes for the offensive blink.
He's feeling really good about this one.
Another Stalker warping.
Forward blink. Army supply 34 to 36, pretty darn even. But at this 4th base, it is only Protoss right now. Lings are trickling in 2 or 3 at a time.
Oh my gosh, Super, he's done it. I think he's done it.
soO can handle this. Wow, what absolute crazy blink here on top of the Queens. They can't transfuse each other forever.
The Madman is looking to be able to take a map off soO. GG. Super, with just a ton of Blink Stalkers, says, hey there, buddy.
Remember when I was like, these Stalkers aren't very good against what soO is doing? Boy, Super showed me. That was impressive. That was a super impressive play.
Apparently with 1-1 versus Mutas, Stalkers can do it versus Zerg. It reminds me of a game I cast versus, I think it was Zaun versus, it was Zaun, who's a relatively unknown Korean Protoss, and I can't remember what Zerg he did it against. I want to say maybe Impact. And he went for like 3 games in a row just for like a big Blink Stalker attack. And the Zergs just don't expect the Protoss just to go that hard with that timing.
Yep. I've been beat by it before. I took down a Protoss's natural base, kept him on 1. and then he just went mass Blinkstalker and just walked out a few minutes later and killed me. Did not expect it at all.
Yeah, what a great game, though. Exciting to see Super show some life in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of that was positioning in that final fight. He did have that concave at the
Oh,
low
yeah.
ground of the ramp. And so not all of soO's army could attack at the same time. And that was a massive, massive play for him, getting it that well positioned.
Okay, it's a best of 5. And we have got ourselves a series on our hands. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's Super.
And spawning in the bottom right again, he's blue and he is soO.
Okay. Let's take a look here. soO moving across the map with his Overlord. Low ground wall off on Thunderbird, no surprise from the Protoss. If you're Super and you just beat soO, you're like, huh, that worked. What's the plan from here, Falcon?
Well, you gotta have some confidence, right?
Uh-huh.
First 2 games went really poorly for you. Third game you win it, and you're like, hold on, I can actually do this. Probably something similar. I mean, I'd like to see maybe some Oracle play. I know it's really standard, but he hasn't done it yet, and soO might not be quite expecting him to do this in a game, you know, in a game 3 or 4.
It might be a little late, but how about a proxy Stargate?
Could be good.
I would dig a proxy Stargate.
No, Sniper, I didn't fix my keyboard yet. I'm gonna restart my PC after the series. Can't type in chat because when I try to type it does all sorts of crazy stuff.
Now's your time. Challenge Falcon to a 1v1, guys.
Mouse only.
Man, there's a YouTube video that I've been meaning to do for the longest time, which is not mouse only, but touch screen only. StarCraft 2.
That sounds impossible.
Yeah, I've got like a touchscreen Surface tablet though, and it can run StarCraft. And I want to give it a go. I want to see.
Right. Well, let me know. I'll watch it for sure. It sounds like a really horrible experience.
You gotta give it the go though.
It's true, for science.
Yeah, for science.
Hey, it is a Stargate opening.
Huh, look at that. Just not a proxy, but you were definitely right.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? We're going to switch it up by going incredibly standard.
Yeah, he'll never see that coming. And I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? The cheesiest thing that a cheesy player can do is play standard.
For sure. And, I mean, Zerg doesn't have the greatest scouting options.
What?
So, huh?
Have you seen the speed of the Overlords lately?
I don't see speed being researched. I'm just saying, he doesn't know there's a Stargate yet.
Yeah, that's definitely very true. You drive a very good point with the fact that soO probably doesn't expect this.
I mean, at least he doesn't know it's on its way. There's nothing that Super's done that would imply he's making oracles right now.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. This is like the ultimate bamboozle.
Samacron says he wants to 1v1 you on the touchscreen. He's got a touchscreen too.
We may have a match then at some point.
Maybe Copenhagen does too.
I think that would be good fun. I think it's
Dude,
something that
free
you've
for
got
all
to do.
with 3 players on touchscreen.
Oh my gosh,
would be
an
so
FFA?
awesome. Yeah.
You're just you got your surfaces lined up like in a box, so you're all just looking at each other. That would be a fun LAN. It's like, all right, Blizzard's
It's
like
minute
StarCraft.
14, we've got our first Hydralisks coming out.
StarCraft Mobile gets released, but it's actually just a touchscreen. It's like, here, guys, don't you have touchscreen tablets?
Nope, I would rebel. I'm out.
Oh, that would be so funny.
And Sniper, no, I'm not trying to rhyme soO and blue here. It's how I introduce the players, and it happens to rhyme this time.
It's just the way she
That's
goes,
all.
you know?
Yeah.
That
Sometimes
probe,
it just
a very
works.
lucky guy. Oh no, a very, very almost lucky guy.
Oh, super dead. Well, at least there's revenge. The probe feels better.
Yeah, he does. Phoenix gonna lift up one of the
no-
queens,
no
and this is gonna allow
spores.
the Oracle to get on in.
Ooh,
Oh, the Oracle,
though.
though. Gonna have to get on out of there. So far,
Forcing...
one drone dead due to this Oracle.
But forcing 2 spores is pretty good at this stage of the game. That's lost minerals and lost income.
Yeah. Now, there was actually like a thing that like a Chinese company had developed like a full StarCraft mobile, but it was like in a closed beta or whatever, or non-public alpha.
Yeah.
And that's for legal reasons. But
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see it at some point. You guys are memeing.
I know. What's up, Cole Gilbert? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. All right. Super says you can't leave a Zerg player alone for this long. Bad things will happen. So
It's 5 minutes, man. This is Super's
Yeah.
time. He's going for another attack.
he's not wrong to be doing this either.
No.
You can't let
Now-
Sue get up to 4 bases unopposed.
This time, he's got no immortals. He doesn't have +1. He does have a third base, though.
Which is nice. I mean, it's Thunderbird. You can't not take a third base on
Oh,
Thunderbird.
no, if you
It's
don't,
against
it's
the
just like,
law.
why even bother?
Ooh. Oracle down. That's problematic. Crocodile's really consistently going after those force fields today. Some Zerg players are like, we're just going to Crocodile the army. But Sue really interested in taking out those force fields.
3 spines canceled as Sue's like, yep, I held the rush.
Another Spire coming up for another Spire. Is he going to go Muta again? Doesn't seem like a great idea. Although that's a Robotics Bay, which is really bad against Mutalisks
Yeah.
traditionally.
The Robotics Bay helps you build nothing that is good against mutas.
No. Real bad, in fact. But
Yeah.
he does have the Stargate. He can start popping Phoenix if he scouts the Spire, which he's actually sending something down around.
Oh, that is good. That's important.
Phoenix. He got the Spire Scout. That's perfect. He might just cancel the Bay.
Cancel it and make an infestation pit or something? Or a Nidus
Oh,
network?
no. I meant Super might cancel
Oh.
his Robotics Bay and maybe throw up another Stargate or something. But he seems to be happy with what he's working on, so I don't know. I mean, you're the one who beat Sue last game, so I will defer to your expertise, Super. Yeah, and Sue not canceling his Spire either. He's just like, it's fine. Oh my gosh, Colossus. Not only did he not cancel the Bay, he's
Wow.
starting Colossus.
Is he just going to do a 2-base Blink Stalker Colossus all in?
What year is it? Maybe.
I mean, it's probably the year that Super last played StarCraft 2.
Man, Stalker Colossus plays
It's-
were impossible to stop in Wings of Liberty.
I think it's still definitely got some legs. Great force fields here, by the way, from Super. Oh no,
Really
the sentries
good.
though. Oh, that was close. Almost eating a lot of nasty force fields, or a lot of
Wow.
nasty Crocodiles. But good dodge there.
Boy, 12 mutas on the way from Sue at 7 minutes is insanely good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit tough to stop.
Especially because, you know, you're making another Colossus. No Phoenix at all. I guess he's making some Stalkers, which is nice. and helpful.
Oh no, the Colossus for Super actually just died.
Why was it at the front?
It must have
Super.
been, yeah, it must have been rally, Observer Rally probably. Classic,
Oh, it
classic
is.
Protoss.
Oh, losing that first Colossus is just brutal for Super here.
Yeah,
I
now
don't
we
know,
see.
man. That might be game.
He's going out for an attack, but no, he's actually throwing up a 4th base. He's building Phoenix.
Saint.
So he might have been planning to go for an attack, but he's definitely put the brakes on regarding that.
All right, so the mutas are in. They're going to be super annoying about stuff here. Going after that gas is a really good play. There's only one cannon. Blink Stalker is killing one Mutalisk, injuring the others, but tissue regeneration means those mutas will be back up to 100% health in no time flat. Tissue regeneration, really good. Not something that's complained about much, actually.
No, yeah, I think the thing is that mutas are just so weak. It's like
Yeah.
if they escape, they kind of deserve to get healed.
You're not dead? Here, have a reward.
Maybe if they, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't they nerf it like a little bit or something at some point, or that was roaches? Never mind. Pardon me.
Yeah, Roach Burrow regen they did nerf fairly recently.
I actually wouldn't mind, like, yeah, I don't know. It's tough to. Mutas are pretty good the way they are. They
Yeah,
got a
they're
weird
fine. They don't
spot in the
seem overpowered.
matchup, but they're pretty good.
I mean, you have to handle them extremely well for them not to suck.
Yeah.
Pro players can handle that.
Oh, Muta's now
this is
going
what I
on
was
in, though.
worried about.
There is
right.
4 Phoenix out, though, for the Protoss, but it still takes us quite good control in order not to lose them when they don't have Anion Pulse Crystals.
Nor is he working on that upgrade, mind you.
No, yeah, the Stalker's still out, but yeah, these Phoenix, they're a little bit on the wrong side of town. They're running, but they are heading towards the corner.
Don't head for the corner. Also, soO attacking it on Super's fourth base at the same time. And he's going to take down that Nexus. Corrosive Bile's landing. Bam, Nexus down. Did all the Phoenix die? That is two major victories for soO there.
That is a very good victory for the Protoss right now. That was 6 mutas for 5 Phoenix.
It's a good trade for soO, replacing the 4th base, but soO is sitting happily on 5 bases at this point. He's got 80 workers, his armor supply is at 116, and he is maxed out. Where Super's sitting at 139, as Todd would say, look at the supply.
Yeah, just look at it. 3 Archons on the way. You think it smells like all in for Super, or is he just going to try and sit back and macro out of this? I think the answer has already been decided, as Super is deciding to move across the map. He's warping in more Stalkers. He's got his 3 Archons. But look at this, soO already anticipating this, going into the full-on base trade. If I'm Super right now, I sure hope that I brought a probe with me.
Yeah, the Roaches are causing problems. I mean, this is either Super wins with this or he's just done. He's losing too much stuff back home. He's going to take down this Nexus. 6 more mutants in production. 12 Spines going to pop up for soO here as well. Hello to Aki in chat, by the way, showing up late, but always happy to see you here.
Yeah, and Super's just... Oh, look at all this Spine Force that's getting started for the Zerg. It might not grow up, but the Zerg... he's already got such a lead on killing all of Super's equipment here. All of his buildings, all of his tech, and Super is very, very close to actually running out of options to build here. Some probes are making a run for it. A few actually do escape momentarily, but they are being pursued.
Yeah,
and the clock is ticking here for both players.
The mutas aren't great at base
the probes are running.
Oh, split off.
Yeah, no, it's just too many mutas. soO knows that that's pretty much it for Super. There's 1 probe in the corner here. Oh boy, you best get ready to build in the simulator, but that's it. GG gets called, and soO wins with the classic base race and takes the 3-1 over Super.